Clove water. It's the idea of putting cloves in water and drinking it as like a dilute preparation. We're going to talk about the risks, the benefits. Is it something that you should consider or not? First of all, I want you to write in the comments, do you drink clove water? I'd also like to know how you make it if you do drink it. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. It's good to see you. Okay, so let's start by talking about how people sometimes make this preparation. Sometimes people use cold water. They steep the cloves in overnight and sort of let it seep in that way. I've also seen preparations where people boil water and then add the cloves to the boiled water to allow it to seep that way. Sometimes people use lemon or honey or different preparations like that. So there's some range with this. Now, I do want to say that when we're talking about clove water in this video, that is different than the clove essential oil. Essential oils are much more concentrated, have much more of that active ingredient of clove in it. I'm going to talk about that in a second, than the clove water, which is more dilute, okay? Now, you should know this active ingredient predominantly found in cloves is called eugenol. Hope I'm saying it right, doing the best I can. But it's basically the main sort of bioactive compound that we see in cloves. And according to the data and the evidence we have, that's the ingredient that's often responsible for the risks and the benefits. So let's start talking about the potential benefits, okay? First thing I need to say is that the benefits of clove water, we don't really have many, if any, studies done in humans. The studies we have been done in the lab, in rats and animals, etc. It's important for you to know because studies done in animals, it's not the same as humans, and we can't extrapolate the same results. We can't say that something that was found in a rat will happen in a human. So I need to say that. What I should say, though, is some things that have been found in lab studies is there have been some antimicrobial, antiviral properties found to cloves. The clove water antioxidants, which, antioxidants tend to be a good thing. There may be some GI protection found by clove water, maybe some improvement even in sugar and lipids, and perhaps some anti-inflammatory effects. Again, though, this is data that we have from studies done in labs and in like mice and rats and stuff, animals. It's not humans. So again, just because we've seen that in animals doesn't mean it happens in humans. This is where we as doctors get really cautious, okay? Because it's not the full picture. But I wanted to tell you that we have seen that in animal studies. Now let's go to potential risks. What we do know is that clove water, depending on the concentration, and I'll talk about that, can potentially cause liver damage, can potentially cause cell damage, could irritate skin and mucous membranes, okay? And we have seen some case studies where there have been people that have had severe liver damage due to use of the clove oil. Remember I said that the essential oil is much more concentrated than the clove water. But you should understand, though, that large, regular, and long-term concentrated amounts of clove water could be just as damaging, could potentially do this stuff. I'm not your doctor. I always say you have to talk to your doctor, but understand that just because something is natural doesn't mean it's healthy or safe. Same thing applies to something like clove water. So if you're doing lots of amounts, high concentrations, that is not something that I would likely recommend to my patient, but you have to talk to your doctor. Run this by your doctor anyway. There's plenty of other things I'm not talking about. So again, write in the comments what you do, what you don't do. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. I do daily videos on everything. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, all over the stuff. And find me on my website. You can sign up for my free health newsletter at drjencaudle.com. Thanks.